The following program was originally presented on November the 4th, 2024. Democrats. Choosing to represent the ways of Shaitan over the way of Allah is disrespectful to Allah, and when someone does this, they curse themselves. The masses are like sheep being led off to slaughter. It's becoming more and more exciting and popular to run with the proud sinners. Oftentimes, I point out the Democratic Party because they are a prime example of this. Vote blue no matter who is a sickness and a disease. Shaitan, his followers, and the evil they represent is what fuels this movement of SPVTOP. We know we're right and they're wrong. They say we look crazy because we're not down with the crowd and we need to get with the times. No thank you, we know better. Follow the devil and he will lead you straight to hell. This is a beautiful time in history where Allah is making it crystal clear between good and evil. This election should be like watching a sports game. You pick a team, support them, and enjoy the show. If you are wise, you will pick the most righteous team or the one that promotes the most moral values. Babylon, our corrupt society, is in a state of chaos and confusion. The righteous must unite and network. We must take care of each other. The Democrats and Republicans are like the Crips and Bloods. Two gangs going at it, but the Bloods or the Republicans are more useful to us. I want to make it crystal clear. We do not choose, support, or lean towards Republicans because we feel they love us or are going to do anything specifically for us. Up to now, we were not endorsing Trump. We were not going to vote for Trump. Trump has not earned our vote, especially since his verbal support of the Israeli war on Palestine. But we do hope he wins because the Democrats are completely out of control. Thanks to the Democrats, we live in a society where you can lose your job, your career, get kicked out of school, and even be arrested for quoting the Bible or Quran. For example, if you use the term sodomite as is in the Bible and someone gets offended and decides to get physical with you and you defend yourself, you might find yourself getting arrested and charged with a hate crime. The Democrats have turned morals into a bad word. If we talk morals, we're being insensitive. We're being rude and promoting suicidal thoughts. When we don't speak morals, sin spreads out of control like an epidemic. When we do speak truth of morals, the weak sinners threaten suicide, and those who feel sorry for them feel a need to protect them and wish to do harm to the bearers of truth. This sinful cycle is what will divide our people. In the years to come, many of you will be saying, I can't believe I supported the Democratic Party when we were killing our babies, transgendering our children, and promoting homosexuality in our community. Transgendering is a SPVTOP word, just like trans woman is a word or term promoted by the LGBTQ. If they can make up words, then we can make up words too. We're not going by their playbook. We have our own. Right now, many are blinded by the lights, the bling, and illusion of it all, wanting to be part of the in crowd. Some say the Republicans and Democrats are the same. They do homosexuality and abortion too. That's like comparing a drug dealer to a crackhead or drug abuser. The drug dealer is out there trying to get the community hooked on drugs, taking advantage of the weak so they can get paid, while the crackhead or drug abuser is usually a victim of circumstance who picked up a bad habit. The drug dealers are the predators and the users are the prey. Some say Republicans don't do anything for black people. None of the two are perfect. One promotes the Bible and morals. The other promotes and supports sin. The Republicans are clearly the lesser of two evils. Why are Democrats fighting so hard for women to kill their babies? Why are they fighting so hard for kids to change their gender as if God didn't know what he was doing when he created them? Why are they fighting so hard to promote homosexuality and the perversion of sodomy in the African American community? Why is this so important to them, and how can this possibly be good for the African American community? Everything real in this life and in society, in other words, the most important things in life, are related to politics and religion. Those who don't want you to talk about or debate on these topics don't want you to hear or be exposed to the truth. There's divine or true politics and religion, and then there's evil, false, or fake politics and religion. One is for the salvation of, and the other is to the destruction of a people or society. Black Lives Matter. From the womb to the tomb, over 300,000 black babies are aborted every year. More than 19 million since 1973, roughly 800 a day. Is this not a genocide? 61.3 million is the total number of babies aborted or murdered in the USA since 1973. Black babies accounted for 1 out of every 3 deaths, while blacks only make up 16% of the population. The Democratic Party has proven to be a death cult. We were designed to reproduce, and abortion is murder. If you vote Democrat, you ain't Muslim, A Muslim is one who sincerely strives to submit to the will of Allah the God, and our submission to His universal laws of nature is His divine will. It is crystal clear in the Holy Quran that we are not to engage in, promote, nor support the killing of babies, aka abortion, transitioning our children as a sacrifice to Satan, or the practice of homosexuality. The Democratic Party embraces these particular sins not only as acceptable but as headliners for their campaign and as key elements of democratic policy. Allah says no, the Democrats say yes, and you choose the Democrats' causes over Allah's. And so-called democratic Muslims don't see nothing wrong with that. Astaghfirullah. If you vote Democrat, you ain't Christian. What does God say about homosexuality, abortion, and transgender children? Pastors, perhaps it's time for you to open up your Bibles and start standing up for righteousness by telling parishioners the truth. You are supposed to be teaching the masses how to avoid sin, not to join the party of sin. If you vote Democrat, you don't believe in God. There's no religion on earth that teaches that it's okay to be homosexual, kill your children, or transgender your children besides the false or fake religion of Satanism and the Democratic Party. This is why we refer to them as the Democrats. Jim Crow Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for him, you ain't black, and y'all don't have no problem with that because y'all voted for him anyway, but y'all have a problem with me saying y'all ain't Muslim, Christian, or religious if you vote Democrat. That's between you and Allah, your divine creator. Some say the Democrats and the Republicans are the same, or that both parties are controlled by the same powers that be. They both answer to the Illuminati, or secret society of billionaires who own the multi-billion-dollar corporations that control the world. This may be true to some degree, but the fact remains that the two parties promote different agendas and differ in policy, which can be a game changer in essence of morality. For example, the Democrats promote pro-choice and fight for a woman's right to kill or abort her babies, even if the father wants to keep the child and pledges responsibility. It's her choice whether or not the child will be born. On the flip side, if the man wants to get rid of his child or doesn't want any children from that same woman, he is forced to pay child support until the child reaches 18 years of age. How is that fair? If he punches her in the belly and the child dies, he will be charged with first-degree manslaughter. But if she does the same evil deed, so to speak, it is considered reproductive rights. What a hypocritical society we live in. If a man should go to prison for killing a baby, a woman should go to prison as well. Over 1 million babies are killed through abortion in America every year. Over 1 million babies a year. Is that not a genocide? This particular genocide, where the blood is on the hands of the Democrats as they push their so-called reproductive rights policy. This is the worst and most consistent genocide known to mankind. And black women are killing off their babies at a staggering statistic rate of 5 to 1 as compared to white women. 80% of abortion clinics are located in black communities across America. They are scaring black women into believing it is more dangerous to have a baby than to have an abortion. Although black women die at a higher rate at childbirth at a rate of 3 to 1 compared to white women, the fact remains that many more die from abortions as compared to natural childbirth. This is mainly due to overwhelming promotion of C-sections geared to black women. C-sections are dangerous, and most of these black women don't even need them. Black communities are oversaturated with ads promoting abortion and homosexuality. The sad part is how 90% of all black voters are ignorantly voting in favor of getting rid of us. I thought Black lives mattered. I guess not, according to the overwhelming support of us killing off our own and our foolish loyalty to the Democratic Party. The Republicans promote pro-life, where that body inside of the woman has a right to life by having a right to be born. As far as rape victims and those with life-threatening conditions, that is a totally different conversation. Less than 1% of abortions in America are due to rape. 4% are due to medical emergencies. The other 95% are due to irresponsible, uncommitted sex, aka fornication, and use for birth control. Why are those who are so willing to kill babies so protective of the rapists? Why does this society have such a problem with stiffer sentences and penalties, including castrations for the rapists and child predators? Instead of the government suggesting killing the babies, how about establishing support systems to help maintain and educate the parents and children to become assets to society? If we can find the funds to finance the prisons, foreign countries, illegal immigrants, and wars around the world, we can surely divert some of those funds to invest in future homegrown Americans. It's time we take pride in our most prized commodity. The righteous or morally based human beings put in Allah the God of Jesus and His divine cause first and foremost in our lives. Then and only then will the slogan "Made in America" and being a patriotic American make sense and be of greater relevance on the world stage. Breaking news. Trump meets with the Muslims and promises to end the war in Palestine and Ukraine. The Muslims endorse Trump. This is a game changer. Trump has a history of living up to his promises. Hopefully he will live up to this one. We are obligated to support this cause, for it can help save thousands of lives. Right now, for those who are voting Trump is being on the right side of history. Voting Kamala will be on the wrong side of history. Trump is the only presidential candidate who has shown the guts to stand up to Israel, the LGBTQ mafia, against transgendering, our children, and casual abortion, which kills over 1 million babies a year in America alone. We're going for Trump 2024. SPVT OP for life. Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar.